What's up, guys? Welcome to another video here. What the heck is going on behind me? Why is the fifth wheel on that truck? I thought we were making a dump truck out of it. Well, there's been a little bit of change in plans. Let's talk about it. Before we get too much detail, let's just check out what we got done on this thing so far. So I got the hinge all made, pretty much, for the angle iron hinge for the dump box to go on. Just would have to brace it up more. And I had the two long rails mounted on the top, which I just cut off to put the fifth wheel back on. And I have the catwalk strapped on, and it's running. Thing starts right up now that I rebuilt the injection pump, PT pump. Runs really good. Oh yeah, and in case you haven't noticed, I have all the original tires back on it that it did when I got it. What the heck's going on here anyway? Alright, so what exactly is going on here? So this is something that a lot of YouTubers don't really talk about. They actually talk about the opposite of what I'm going to talk about. So what's going on here is reality. Reality is that I've taken out a loan for this truck, and I own my own business, and this is a slow time. And sometimes when you own your own business, you go through hard times. I just had an expensive drive shaft overhaul for the orange truck, and some other issues come up that I had to fix. And basically, here's the problem right here. We're all out of money on this truck for the budget for this truck. We're all out of money. I better put that back in my pocket so I don't lose my my air. But basically, to make a long story short, I've met my budget for this truck. I don't have any more money to put into it, and at this point, it's either sell this or sell my 62 Pete over there, or sell my Duster that's in the garage. And neither one of those two vehicles are going anywheres right now. So the only thing on the chopping block is this. The way it works for everybody that I've noticed is they get the stuff that it's a pain in the ass to work on, and they get it almost done, and then that's either where they lose interest or run out of money or something like that. But it's halfway through the season. This thing still isn't done because everything I've done on this truck just turned into a big nightmare. I finally got it to the point where basically the only thing it needs is to get the lights working and put the dump box on, and it's ready to go. Unfortunately, I'm tapped out and something needs to go at this point. So this here truck is going to South Dakota. So the gentleman in South Dakota that's buying it from me, I believe he is going to use it for running like, I'm not sure, either dump trailers or walking floor trailers for like silage and stuff like that. It's getting used on a big farm, I know that much. He wanted the fifth wheel. He's going to use it for a tractor. He thought it was pretty cool that the frame is stretched, but he wanted the fifth wheel, the catwalk. He wanted all the original tires on it because he didn't want the tires that I mismatched and all that stuff that I was going to use. And that's pretty much it. So basically I did all that work for nothing. But I don't want to get into a negative rant about that. I didn't do it for nothing. I'm getting my money back for the truck, which kind of sucks that I'm not making a profit on it. And we all want to make money doing this stuff. However, you know what? It's got to go. It's got to go. I mean, that's the only thing behind it. You know, I'm not fortunate enough yet. I'm not big enough to make a whole lot of money off of these videos and everything. And you know, it's just the way it goes. It's not the first time I had to sacrifice something. And that honestly doesn't break my heart, because this ain't like it's an old like auto car or Peterbilt or something cool, you know. It's just a truck. It doesn't really do anything for me as far as looks and classic goes, and you know, it's got an automatic steering wheel holder transmission in it and all that, so it really doesn't break my heart that much. But anyway, what I was getting at here is I didn't do all this work for nothing. I got experience out of it. This is the first time I've actually stretched a truck frame like I did on this particular truck. Would I do different things if I had to do it all over again? Yeah. You know, but you know what? It's called experience. I'm still confident that I did a very good job, and I have no doubt that it's going to hold up to what anybody wants to throw at it. And it was definitely fun in the making. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to make it clear that this is not a poor me video or a pity for me video or anything like that. I'm selling the truck, and I'm just telling you guys why, and I'm just kind of giving you know, a taste of reality of what most people, business owners, have to do in the real world. I was really looking forward to having a 10-wheel dump truck this year. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because I'm out of money for the truck, over budget already, and it's got to go before it takes me down with it. To be a business owner, you have to know when to pull out of things. You have to know when enough is enough and time to get out from underneath something and start a new endeavor. So I'm just gonna sell this, pay the loan off, and just kind of focus on, you know, my business more. I'm gonna make my truck and, you know, my orange truck and trailer and all that stuff look nicer, and just try to just take a different approach at this whole thing. You know, when I went and looked at this truck in the junkyard before I got it, I never intended on stretching the frame like I did. I intended on stretching the frame behind the axles, but then by the time I got the dump box and measured, there was no way I could do that, because you can't just have the hinge 4 feet behind the axles. So I decided to do this, and then I had to make a drive shaft, and one thing led to another, and just this and that and the other thing. And I mean, you know, by the time you get done, you get a brand new truck. And so yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, this is not a pity party for Curtis Gleba here by any means. So this is just the reality of what happens. But anyway, this guy that's buying it is sending up a step deck not a lowboy. He's sending up a step deck flatbed that this is going to go on to, and we're going to load it up. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that they have a concern that if we just load it on the level, the ramps on the step deck lowboy are going to be at too steep of an angle, and like the fuel tank and the stuff under there is going to hit. So we do have a plan B for that. Let's go look at it. Alright, so the plan B is I asked my neighbor if possibly we can back the tractor trailer up to where my finger is, and he can put his ramps on that. You see that hump right there, and then I can put the green truck up on top, and he can kind of straighten his ramps up, and it'll make a better angle. When I was little, I used to work for the farmer that owned this farm for many years, and he actually had stuff unloaded off of flatbeds on this hump right here. So that was the first thing that came to mind, and luckily the Amish that bought it now is nice enough to let me use it. So that's just plan B. See, it's like simple stuff like this is that I'm going to start doing with my business after I get, you know, this green truck has been taking up so much time. I haven't had any time to actually focus on my business. But just little stuff like this I want to do. And my dad airbrushed me a sign, and I made some pipes here to put it on my trailer. That way you can see it while it's going down the road, and then when I get to a job I can pull it off, stick that in the ground. And then what I did is I had this 1/4-inch steel plate made for my dump truck, because every time I get loaded I have material spilling off the back, and what I have to do is climb up that ladder right there and like brush it back with my hands, and what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna end up falling off of that because I'm going up there and I'm in a hurry and all that, and I don't want to, you know, pepper people's cars and stuff behind me with stones and stuff. So this here was a good solution to that. And then I painted my business, you know, KG PM, KG Property Maintenance, and my phone number and all that. So, you know, now people following me, they'll probably just call me the bitch because I'm going too slow. But, you know, hopefully, you know, like if that thing there and that gets me one job or one load of stone, it paid itself off. And what I need to do is get these old stickers off of here. And I need to paint this truck and make this truck look better. So this thing, you know, most guys, like, you know, my subscribers and, you know, anybody else that likes old trucks knows what this is and knows like, oh yeah, like, oh, it's a cool old International and it's all custom built and it's a rat rod and all that. But your average Joe Blow that's having me do work to their expensive house is gonna see this thing pull up to the driveway and they're gonna be like, what the hell's that piece of shit? Like, this guy doesn't do good work. Because most people don't, you know, they don't look at this as like something cool. They just look at it as a piece of junk. So I have to make that just look better so my overall appearance looks better. And with this headache gone, I can actually focus on stuff like that now, you know, and then just, you know, maybe a couple years down the road I'll look into getting a dump truck. But believe it or not, I actually get more calls for that dump truck because that can get in the spots that like big ones can't. So, you know, really, I don't even know if I'll have work for this thing once it's done anyway. So I'm sure I will, but it's just getting too late in the season to play games. But anyway, that's enough rambling for now. You know, I mean, I appreciate everyone watching my videos, and you deserve an explanation on what's going on with this truck, because unfortunately, I'm sure a lot of people, and I know a lot of guys in the comments commented they can't wait to see it done and all that, and you know, so, you know, you deserve an explanation on why it's not going to get done. And there it is. That's the that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But no, that's the truth of the matter here of what's going on. And yeah, I mean, there'll be more exciting projects to come, so make sure you stay tuned. But anyway, the guy is coming at some point today with the step deck, and we're gonna get this thing loaded up. Hopefully I'll be around. Starts right up, batteries are in it, so, you know, hopefully I can get some of that on camera.